Hello, friends. Welcome back to the show. I am so excited for today's topic, and I think it's one of the biggest things that we avoid in sales. Today, we are talking about the 5 things to know about objections. I know this is something that you're going to be able to implement right away, not only in your business conversations, but in your personal conversations. Are you an overwhelmed business owner who struggles to meet your sales goals, but you feel like you're working so hard? Hey, I'm Lindsay, a Jesus-following wife and mom of 4. I'm also an award-winning medical device sales rep turned sales and business strategist, and I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Small Business Sales and Strategy Podcast. I'm here to help you develop the skills and strategies you need to sell your services and products with ease, so that you can grow your business, serve your community well, and ultimately live the life you dream of. Grab your coffee and a notebook or your tennis shoes and take me on a walk. You're in the right place. Are you ready to dive in? Let's go. All right, friends, welcome back to the show. Today is a big topic in sales and something that we really need to focus in on so that we can start turning the corner of making more sales, closing more business, and increasing our revenue. Today's topic is the 5 things that you need to know about objections. Objections have a negative connotation to them, but I'm hoping by the end of this episode, I can flip the script in your mind and that we can start moving forward. But before we dive into that, y'all, we have another review that someone left on the podcast, and I'm so thankful. 38 Scar says, I'm a large consumer of podcasts due to my commute. I love this pod's information, and I'm implementing these tips into my side hustle, soon to be Freedom Hustle. Yes, girl. I am so excited to hear about how that Freedom Hustle is going. So please keep me posted. Okay, we're diving into objections. And this is a topic that most people shy away from. They kind of turn their head and avoid in the sales process. And I really want to change that for you today, because objections are not a negative thing. Objections just mean we have more work to do. So when you think objection, you think someone's telling you no, they're telling you not right now. They're telling you, well, I have to talk to my husband or I have to talk to my wife, or they give you some sort of smokescreen type of response to closing the deal. Friends, when we talk objections in people-focused sales, we're talking about objections being opportunity to learn more about the customer you're trying to get to move forward with. Objections mean that they still have concerns or doubts about what you're selling. Maybe it's pricing, maybe it's they don't think the features that you have are quite what they're looking for. So it's an opportunity to look for ways to learn more. Objections mean that they trust you enough to bring up a concern or a doubt. So let's dive into the 5 things that you need to know about objections. Number 1, objections are not personal. So as small business owners, our livelihood is in this business. This is how we pay our bills. This is how we feed our kids. This is how we do some extra fun things in life. And so we take our businesses very, very personally. And when we tend to get objections or complaints, we take it very personally because, again, it's our livelihood. This is what we've built. It's our baby. But objections are not actually personal. They're an opportunity for you to learn more and to fill in gaps that you may have missed along the sales process. Objections aren't about you. They're about the buyer. They're about the person you're selling to. Just like in sales, objections are not about you. Number 2, we don't want to try to avoid them or take shortcuts around them. We need to go through them to close the sale. We need to make sure that they don't have any lingering doubts or concerns about what we're offering and what they will be using their hard-earned money to pay for. So some objections are minor and they don't really need addressed. They might say something, well, I was kind of looking for this, but that really doesn't matter. I would leave that one alone. Some objections are very genuine. And then there's some objections come up because they don't understand the value that you're bringing to their business or to their world. So again, don't try to avoid them. They need to be addressed, and it's an opportunity for you to ask more questions. Number 3, you can't always take objections at face value. Now, I don't want you to be paranoid or skeptical of every objection that you get from now on, but just know that we all use different tactics to make people feel better, or we don't want to hurt their feelings, or maybe now's not the right time and we just don't know how to tell someone. And so we'll use things like, let me talk to my husband, or I need to take this back to my business partner. Again, this is an opportunity for you to ask more questions. It's an opportunity for you to learn more. So in the examples that I've just given, I would ask a question like, okay, what information would your husband need to help him make this decision alongside you? So again, just don't assume that what they say is the actual objection or what's underlying. There could be something underneath that you need to uncover. Number 4, they may not give you any objections, and it is your job to make sure that they have no concerns or doubts or questions before they move forward. Absolutely will run into buyers that are ready to go. They've done some research, they've watched you online, they've asked some friends, and they are ready to purchase. And the sales process and pitch doesn't have to last, an eternity. But in my opinion, a good salesperson is still focused on the person that you're selling to and their needs. And so it's always a good idea to ask them again if they have any concerns or questions before you close out the deal. And the 5th and final thing, and probably the most important thing that I want you to know about objections, is that objections can be buying signals. And buying signals are just actions or behaviors from your potential customer that suggest that they are interested in buying your product or service. So just because someone presents an objection doesn't mean it's a negative. Again, it's an opportunity to learn more. It means that they trust you enough to bring up the concerns and objections, that they still have gaps in their knowledge or understanding of the value that you bring. So I really hope that these 5 things that I've shared today really help you understand what objections are, and that it's not something to avoid. It's not something that we need to just run away from when someone says no or not yet or gives you another reason. Ask more questions, learn more about them. And if they still say no, no does not mean no forever. Not right now doesn't mean that they won't be a customer of yours in the future, because sometimes pricing does get in the way. Sometimes the timing's just off, but no doesn't mean no forever. Objections are an opportunity to learn more about your customer. That means they trust you enough to bring up concerns or doubts or gaps in their understanding. So we don't try to avoid them anymore. They aren't personal. It's not about us. It's about them. We don't assume what they're saying is actually the real reason that they are saying no or not yet, or that they're looking for something else. They may not give you any, but we're going to address that anyway, right? And then objections may be buying signals. It could mean that they're really interested in what you have to offer, and they're just trying to understand better than they do at this point in time. I hope that was helpful. Again, I'm praying for your business as always. I hope this episode blesses you and that you're able to implement something from today right away. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I pray this episode gave you some tactical and practical ideas to implement today in your business. I would absolutely love it if you'd share this show with a friend and take 20 seconds to leave me a review. I'd also love to hear from you. So if you have questions or comments on today's episode, they are absolutely welcome. You can email me at smallbusinesssalesandstrategy@gmail.com. I'm praying for your business. Join me next time.